Tzaddik. What's your first name again? Remind me?
Yehuda.
Yehuda. So you take a potato out the cholent. You like eating cholent?
Yeah.
Great. All of us do. We all like eating cholent. So you take a potato out the cholent and you don't want to eat meat because you don't want to become meaty. So did you save yourself anything by doing that or not? You still have to wait 6 hours.
Do?
Yeah. Since it got cooked together with meat, if you take the potato out, you will have to wait 6 hours.
Even if it didn't touch it, like if you put it in one of those, like, you know, the bags?
Oh, that's a very different question. I think those bags do absorb from each other. I think that's the point of the bag, that they still do absorb to some extent. If you find a way that it didn't absorb anything, so then you're okay. But I'm saying in theory, they do absorb. And
Like, you know, if you put it in like a chicken soup with the chicken bags, like, is the soup? Yeah.
I think it does absorb something, but we can. That's already a question to work out exactly what the reality is. The answer is if it doesn't absorb, then it's okay. If it does absorb, it's a problem. In any case, but if you took your potato, then you're meaty, you gotta wait the proper time. Okay. The other thing we started speaking about yesterday is one who ate food that is par, but it was cooked in a meaty pot. So we had two questions. Number one, if you eat that food, for example, you have one pot, you move into your own apartment here, and you just, you couldn't afford getting a whole kitchen. You got one pot. And you decided to make that pot meaty because you generally eat meaty food. Okay, but now you want to have something that's par. You're going to cook your spaghetti in that pot. So now that pot is clean right now. There's no residue of food in there. It's been cleaned properly, okay? So it's a meaty pot, and you cook your spaghetti in there now. So if you eat that spaghetti after you drain it, you cooked it all nice and soft, nice Barilla spaghetti, and you drained it, you eat it now, do you got to wait time after this? Waiting time because it's been cooked in a meaty pot or not? So what do you guys say? Dylan, what do you say, Zalik?
No. Because if the pot wasn't clean before and everything.
The pot was cleaned. And you're cooking spaghetti in that pot.
And you can eat the spaghetti. Eating the spaghetti is fine.
Huh?
Eating the spaghetti is fine.
No waiting time, you're saying?
No waiting time.
Excellent, good job. No waiting time required, even though you cooked it in a meaty pot. My next question is, can one eat that food together with dairy? Now you have your nice cheese, for example. You want to sprinkle some cheese on a boiling hot pasta. So you're not going to put the cheese in that meaty pot. That much you're not going to do that. But why don't you just take the pasta, it's full of water, you put it through a strainer, and it's strained, you mix it a little bit, make sure the water goes out, you know what I'm talking about? And then you have your pasta, and it's burning hot, so if you had put some cheese on there, it will melt nicely, and you get your cheese and whatever, your mac and cheese, whatever you're doing. Great. Could you do that or not? It's been cooking in a meaty pot, and now you're putting cheese on it. So what's the halacha?
No.
What do you say, Aiden? You can or you cannot?
It's been cooking.
What do you think? Eliezer?
Repeat the question again.
I'll repeat it for you, Tzadik. I'll say, if you take a pot that is a meaty pot, you cleaned it.
Cleaned it.
It's clean, okay? It's super clean.
Normal dishwasher clean. Yeah.
In normal dishwasher clean, it's clean. You put some pasta in it, you cook it. Okay? No meaty food in there, but it's a meaty pot. You take the pasta out, you strain it, and now you want to put dairy sauce over it. Can you do that or not? It's the pasta been cooking in a meaty pot, and you want to put dairy sauce over it. These are complicated.
How long
guys.
has the pan been resting for? Like you cleaned it and directly used it, or you waited 24 hours, cleaned it, waited 24 hours, then used it?
Oh, so you're saying, what I'm hearing from you is you're saying it really depends if the pot's being used for the past 24 hours.
Also, I remember you saying something too, that you could use the pasta. You could use dairy for the pasta.
Oh, so that's
I remember
what
you saying something like that a couple days
So
ago.
the answer is that it really depends on something that we have spoken out in the past about absorbed food particles. What are they called in Hebrew again? Blios. What is? You speak Hebrew well, Aiden, don't you? What does it mean to swallow in Hebrew? Livloa. What does it mean to livloa? To be bolea, to swallow something. So food particles that get absorbed in a pot are called blios because they're being absorbed in the pot. Guys, we spoke this out also. Why does any pot become not kosher? What does it even mean? Someone would ask you, say like, hey, what is this whole thing about pots becoming not kosher? What does it even mean? Because it's clean now. Why can't you use it? If someone cooked ham in there yesterday or 2 hours ago, but they cleaned it afterwards, it's been in the dishwasher, why can't you use it now to cook your kosher food in there? What's wrong with that? So what's the answer? What would you answer someone who would ask you that?
The particles are expanded and the food's gone.
Yes, excellent. That's it, Dylan. You go for it. Is that the pot when it's hot, will absorb certain food particles. It will absorb it.
So if it's cold, it's fine?
Yeah, exactly. That's why if you go to an Airbnb, you're there for a couple of days, you can use, in theory, you can take a cereal bowl there, even if, and use it for your cold cereal. It's not a problem. You can take a spoon, even though the person before that, maybe who left 3 hours ago, may had hot ham with it. But if it's
Hot soup.
hot soup, but
You could have had hot soup with, so it was
You
not
never know.
kosher, but you could have had cold milk.
But you can afterwards use it for cold. Do you understand that?
So if I could-
That's like foundation of kashrut, very important. We have, can I just use this as an example? This is yours? This is metal, guys.
Yeah. There's a tea.
He's like, what's in there?
It's a tea thing, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, my mom uses those. They're great. So in any case, if you use this thing, okay, and you use it for heat, and if someone would use this to cook non-kosher, let's just imagine this is a pot. So as it heats up the pot, so it absorbs food particles, bleos, absorbed food particles get absorbed in a pot. Now, what's the problem with that? And even after you clean the pot thoroughly and there's no food residue in there, when you afterwards cook your kosher food in there, and it's heated up again, so those non-kosher food particles that are in the pot get expelled into your food. That is the problem of using non-kosher utensils. But if you use it for cold afterwards, with cold, those food particles that are in there don't get expelled into your food. So therefore, for cold use, you can use non-kosher utensils. We do have a limitation. You can use it for cold only on occasional use. We don't want you to use that permanently. But if you're somewhere, you go to someone, family member is not kosher household, you can take a cup, you can take a bowl, as long as you use it for cold. That's not a problem, because even if they use it for non-kosher, that's not a problem, because it will never get into your food, because they don't get expelled when it's cold. Obviously, make sure it's clean, there's no food residue.
So
Does that make sense, guys?
They just used a metal bowl to cook meat in it, and then they cleaned it, and then you use it a minute later to put cereal in it. It's okay.
That's okay. Because even though the pot itself has these particles in there, but they don't get expelled into your food.
Because you're not recurring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's food particles. Now that we spoke a little bit about food particles, it is actually fascinating that we care about those food particles, because you may say to me, those are so small, they're not real physical food residues.
It's less than 1/60th.
Yeah, that also, the Torah teaches us based on specific psukim versus that food particles are problematic. But since this is a new idea the Torah teaches us, and even food particles are problematic, the Torah gives us an expiration date. And the Torah tells us that after 24 hours, those food particles go off. They go off.
What if it's with dish soap that says kills 100% of chidukim?
Yeah, but it won't get the food particles out. Well, I'll tell you, how does koshering work? What's the point of koshering? Koshering is that you put boiling water over it, and that essentially takes the non-kosher food particles out. That is the process of koshering. That's all it does. It's you're koshering a utensil that's not kosher by taking these non-kosher particles out. That is what koshering is. And in koshering, laws of koshering, I think we've been through this. I think we have, no? It depends on what material it is. Certain materials you can do, certain not. Depends on what you use it for. Dry heat, barbecue grades, or is it a oven, or is it a pot used for cooking with liquid? That all makes a difference. But that's the basic idea of koshering. That's it. Okay. So now that we have that clarified, so those food particles, they go off after 24 hours. Okay, after 24 hours. Now, therefore, the following: if getting back to our question over here from the pot, that is a meaty pot that you cook, that's clean out. You cook your pasta in there, your macaroni, you cook it in there, and afterwards you put cheese on it. Is that okay or not? Again, the cheese you don't put in a meaty pot, that's a problem. But you took it out, it's in a strainer now, you put it in the dairy pot and you put some cheese on it. Could you do that or not? The answer is that if the pot you cooked the food in was used for cooking meat within the past 24 hours, okay? That means that, to make it easier, 2 hours ago you cooked meat in this. You cooked your chicken soup for Shabbos in this pot. Then you cleaned it well, make sure all the grease from the chicken soup is out. Then you cook your pasta in it. Okay? Then, according to the Ashkenazi custom, one cannot eat that food together with dairy. Okay? There's a difference here between Ashkenazi and Sephardim, and we don't think we have any Sephardim over here in this classroom right now. But I'll tell you the Ashkenazi custom. The Ashkenazi custom is that it really depends if this pot has been used over the past 24 hours for meat. If it has been used over the past 24 hours for meat, even though it's clean now, clean pot, clean pot. You put macaroni in there, and then you take it out, strain it, put it in a bowl, and look like a cooking show over here. And you put some cheese over it, whatever, put some coriander. And you guys, you put some cheese over it. If you do that, then that's a problem because the pasta had cooked in a pot that was used within the past 24 hours for meat. Now, Sephardim are lenient over here, and they allow that, okay? Now, according to our Ashkenazi custom, all of us are Ashkenazim in this room, the halacha is that if the pot has not been used for the past 24 hours for meat, then you could use that pasta and put a dairy sauce over it. So therefore, practically speaking, yesterday morning, yesterday morning, let's say, for argument's sake, 11 o'clock, you finished cooking your chicken soup in this pot, certain pot, it's your immediate pot. You cleaned it well, and now it's 12:35. So have 24 hours passed that in this case or not?
Which the 12.
Well,
when?
yesterday 11 o'clock.
Oh yeah.
24 hours passed, guys?
Yeah.
Great. You put your pasta in there now, and you strain it. Can you put cheese over it?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes, 24 hours.
So 24 hours, you can put cheese over it. So you guys know that. So therefore, I would like to highlight that it is definitely ideal if you have your own kitchen to have a pot for meat and for dairy. But I would like to say that if you're just starting up your new kitchen and you don't have the means to just buy every single pot, so this is okay. This is okay. This is acceptable. You can buy one pot. Let's say if the main thing you cook is a meaty pot, it's okay. Just make sure that, and you want to have pasta with dairy sauce, just make sure that this pot has not been used over the past 24 hours. Okay? Let's say you haven't used this whole. Let's say it's Sunday night. Okay, so you don't since before Shabbos you haven't used this pot because you don't cook on Shabbos anyway. So you haven't been using this pot for media anyway. So Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, you want to cook a pasta in there. You want to have it later with cheese. No problem. Take out the pot. Cook some macaroni in there, some pasta, some spaghetti in there, and drain it. And then obviously take it out the pot because you don't want to put cheese in a meaty pot. But once you took it out of the pot, you can put cheese on it. That's fine. Okay, and it's a very fundamental halacha. Like, these are the areas in which we have to really be familiar with because they can help you out. These are, I wouldn't say leniencies, but these are areas that people would automatically think, oh no, you can't do that. But this you can. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, if that's clear, I would like to continue with the next point. Which foods may not be eaten after meat? Okay?
Dairy.
Dairy obviously, but one should refrain from eating other foods that have been cooked together with dairy. I mean to say, this is opposite to what we spoke about. Let's say you had a piece of steak half an hour ago. Sounds good, guys? You had a steak. Could you, afterwards, when you see a lasagna, take a sweet potato lasagna, just take the sweet potato out?
Probably not.
Was it cooked together?
Well,
Yeah,
lasagna, it's a sweet potato lasagna. Or sweet potato quiche, dairy sweet potato quiche. Okay? Doesn't it sound good, no? That's great. Sweet potato quiche. So you just you're saying like, oh, I'm meaty, so I can't have the quiche, but I'll just take the sweet potato out and make sure like there's no cheese on it. So that you shouldn't do. Okay? That you shouldn't do. Great. And what about foods cooked in a dairy pot?
No. Well, it's under 24 hours.
Okay.
Or food's cooked in a dairy pot and you put
Here.
in meat sauce.
The halacha is, this is complicated, guys, because it's so confusing. But I'll tell you. Let's say, I'll tell you the theory and then I'll just give some examples. Okay? You ate meat, okay? And now you want to have part of food that's been cooked in a dairy pot. So we spoke about these type of halachas just 5 minutes ago, but that's when we spoke about it and you were putting them together. You had pasta that was cooked in a meaty pot that was not used for over 24 hours, and that you put dairy on that food. And we're not talking about combining the foods. Over here we're talking about waiting time. That means that you had meat before, and now you want to have some parrot that was cooked in the dairy pot. Can you eat that or not? Do you understand what I'm saying or not?
Yeah.
It's a little complicated, and these are probably the most complicated halachas in Basar BeChalav that we are hitting right now. Can you do that or not?
And that meat pot was used within 24 hours. Or?
Yeah. Well, you ate meat now. You ate meat. You ate a piece
Oh,
of steak
okay,
now.
so that's up.
And you ate a piece of meat, and now you want to eat spaghetti.
Yeah, cool.
You want to eat spaghetti that has been cooked in a dairy pot. It's not dairy, it's been cooked in a dairy pot. Eliezer, tzaddik, are you allowed to do that? You eat I'll repeat it for you. You eat meat.
Yeah.
Okay, Tzaddik, you eat
Yes.
meat, and afterwards you eat spaghetti. Is spaghetti parv or not? Spaghetti is parv. Plain spaghetti.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It's plain, yeah. It's
Plain spaghetti. You cooked your plain spaghetti in a dairy pot. There's no dairy in the pot, but you
Yeah.
cook it in a dairy pot. Can you eat that straight away or not? Do you have to wait for that until you eat that?
Well, how long did you use it? The
That's
dairy
what
pot,
that's-
how long ago did
That's
it?
You use it for. Give me a nice dairy recipe.
Yeah, but how long ago, I mean?
Cream brulee.
Creme brulee.
Cream brulee.
Alfredo.
Nice.
Alfredo.
Great. So that was cooked in there 10 minutes before, and the guy cleaned it out well. Your creme brulee or your thing was cleaned out in that pot 10 minutes ago. It was made 10 minutes ago. Okay. Now, after the pot's been cleaned properly, you put spaghetti in there. Okay. And parv.
And then you make the sauce.
No sauce. Plain spaghetti. You eat plain spaghetti. Okay. You're gonna go to marathon. We're gonna eat plain spaghetti.
You
Okay.
can't do this.
I wouldn't think so.
You can't do this, yeah.
Huh?
Why you just cooking the meat? Like,
You can do it.
You could, but you.
What?
You could. Why so?
You eat meat now. Okay.
I have lunch right now. Yes.
Right now you have meat. You finish that now. You finish eating your meat right now.
Yeah.
And then you're heating up some spaghetti in a pot that's completely clean, but your roommate used it 20 minutes ago to make his Alfredo pasta, whatever it is.
Well, I would think you would think no, because the residue of.
You are allowed to do that,
Yeah.
okay?
With plain pasta.
Provided that the food you're cooking right now is a bland type of food. That means that if it's sharp or anything else, then it's a problem.
Oh, with like onions or something.
So what about tuna fish?
Tuna fish is bland, in my opinion.
What is?
Tuna, but you cook tuna? You cook some.
Oh, on the oil, but you just do that in the can.
You cook tuna though.
It's great for protein. In any case,
And then you can eat it with cheese anyway.
so when does this come in? Let's say, Dylan, you had dinner in yeshiva here. Dinner is meaty here or not?
Sometimes. But Sundays is good because it's leftover night. It's amazing. So there's a lot of meat Sunday.
Okay, great. So sometimes is leftover meat. Then suddenly you have your friend bringing you up. It's like, hey Dylan, let's meet up in Mamilla and let's go let's sit in a cafe over there, Cafe Ramon. You know Cafe Ramon? It's a cafe somewhere in Mamilla. Okay, so you're like, hey, I can't really eat anything there because I'm eating and it's a dairy restaurant. So the question is, if they have like a pastry in the menu that is a parv pastry.
Okay.
So, but the person like in a restaurant will tell you that this pastry is parv, but you should know that it's being baked in a dairy oven. It's being cooked in a dairy pot, whatever it is. Could you have that? So, and that oven is constantly used for dairy stuff. So the answer is according to what we just spoke out. That's fine.
Yeah.
So like a shakshuka, if you go to like one of those shakshuka spots,
If it's
you got
parv,
meat, and you went to like a cafe and you got a shakshuka.
as long as the pot they're cooking it in is entirely clean.
But how would you trust the place that?
So that's a different thing. If it's not entirely clean, then you have nothing to talk about. Yeah, because then there's little bits of cheese left stuck in the pot. It's meat. If there's food residue, that's a different thing. But I'm talking in theory, okay?
But if
Like,
it says parv, it says kosher.
if it's clean, if you can ascertain that it's clean, the pot, and then you go to a shakshuka place and you choose the parv one on the menu, well, that's fine. Okay. Guys, that's it here for today, and I look forward to